What's going on today, people? This is the Jewish Draft, back again with another video. This is going to be a shorter video. I just have a couple replays I want to show off, and there was just one thing I wanted to talk about, and it's really unfortunate, everything that happened with this, but it was still cool that it happened. I'm going to talk about that first. So last night I went into Timmy's stream. Timmy, as you probably know if you're watching this, he is the current world champion after everything that happened. I think that was probably like last week where everything happened, and he was having a stream, and I hopped into the stream, or I hopped into the chat and everything, and he was taking duels, so we dueled and everything. Now I lost, but it was really close, and you can see this is just a screenshot. Oops, I took there. This is from last night versus Timmy. You can see the time, or yeah, that was midnight last night. But the main thing about it was, so let's just hop into one of these replays while I'm talking about this. The game was incredibly close. The other thing was he's also Legend as well right now. He's only like Legend 1 or 2 at the time when we had this duel, and I was Legend 2 at the time, or Legend 1, I can't remember, whatever. But yeah, it was really cool to duel him because he's a really cool guy, and it was really nice to talk with him and everything. Oh, and also, after hearing everything that happened at Worlds, and you should also go check out DK's latest video where he talks about everything. It's really something thinking about everything that happened at Worlds, and I'm interested to see where they're going from here, because there obviously need to be some big changes. This first match, by the way, which I should probably talk about a little bit, is Mausoleum versus Naturia. I think this is a new one. I hope it deleted all the ones from last time, but I think I didn't show off this one yet. Anyway, so Duel Timmy, let me talk about that, and then I'll talk about what I think about Worlds and everything, where I think Duel Links is going in this video. This is more just like background, keep it in the background. If y'all watch your boy ThunderBlunder777, this is basically what he does now. All he does is have these games going on in the background while he talks. But he talks smack, and I'm here to talk good things about Timmy. Because Timmy was super nice. Our duel, I was running my Phoenix deck, and he was running ninjas. I had restart, but I had one pretty bad hand. I restarted, followed up by the worst hand I've ever drawn into Phoenix, which I thought was a little ironic considering how Worlds went. I started with all 3 of my Card of the Souls in my hand, plus an Sacred Phoenix, and I was like, this is some garbage, and yeah, it was just all kinds of bad. And still, it was bad from the start. I brought it all the way back, and it was really ironic because the last video I did was predicting whether or not your opponent had Karibo, and I was playing like garbage all night. But I was like, I was in one of those scenarios where I had 3 monsters on the board. He had 1 ninja out, bam, brought him down to 600, but he did have a Karibo in his hand. And I was like, oh no, now he has like an actual chance to come back. And he brought it back, and I ended up just bricking with my hand again. And yeah, he brought out his red dragon. I had nothing on the field. He put my, I set a Cards of the Soul as like a bluff, and he had his red dragon out, and I wasn't expecting it to come out. Because he did some crazy plays at the end there. And he put it on top of my deck, I was like, well, that's GG. Yeah, and he had Beatdown too, which was the other thing, because I thought he was restart the entire time we were playing, because I thought I saw a little bit of lag in the beginning when he first drew his hand, because I've seen restart ninjas and beatdown ninjas. I know beatdown is more popular, but I thought, oh, maybe he's restart, but no, it was beatdown, and like his red dragon got over my Sacred Phoenix, and that was unfortunate. Looking into everything here, just talking about this duel for a second, the whole reason this guy lost is because he thought, with all of his beatdown everything, he thought Naturia Stag Beat will get over it. Bitch, you thought! But yeah, I'm able to pop the Destiny Draw, get the Owner Seal, bring over the Lava Golem, kill, and that's GG on this one. I haven't actually had any games with Naturia. I have the deck. I've just never done it, so I think maybe that's what I'm going to do for my next video, unless I can finally finish my XZ Cannon deck, which I've been working on for so long. I just don't have any gems. I was even thinking the other day, maybe I should put in some money so I can actually like finish this deck, just because I want to finish it from how long it's taken me. This one is Phoenix versus Weevil. It's a fun one. But the thing is, like, I don't want to invest any money until I see Konami doing things to fix the game more. Like, everything that happened at Worlds, if you watch DK's video, just everything he was talking about was, like, how fucked up everything was and how they were trying to model Hearthstone, but they did a terrible job. But, I mean, okay, to be fair, as he said, they were very hospitable to them, and they did a lot of good things for the players, which I really do appreciate. Also, this Weevil gets 2 bugs in here, which is not cool, and he gets, spoilers, 2 Jade Insect Whistles in the first 2 turns that he's up, so that's cool, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'm not showing off losses here, so you know what's up, boys. Anyway, what was I even talking about? Yeah, I think, I'm not really thinking about Worlds next year, but I'm just really hoping that there's some major changes in Duel Links within the next, I'd hope, like, month to 2 months. I know they were talking about the esports stadium, but that doesn't really have anything to do with it. The main things that everything Konami needs to focus on is fixing the player base so that, I mean, we're matched up with the right people in, I gotta unclick that. Like, I know matched with the right player base sounds a little weird, but matched up with the right players, because I keep dueling, either when I'm in Legend 1, I keep dueling Legend 3 people, or when I was in Legend 3, I kept dueling Platinum people, actually. It happened on 2 or 3 occasions, and then I kept dueling Legend 1 people with some scummy decks. Yeah, it was all kinds of bad. I hope to see some sort of Konami non-world related tournaments coming up. Like, if they will sponsor tournaments, that'd be really appreciated. I'm thinking more along the lines of, like, esport things in line with, like, Counter-Strike, where they have their however often tournaments where all the major teams play. That kind of deal, that'd be cool, and I'd be really interested to see something like that happening. Excuse me. Sorry, I just had some guacamole, and it's got its taste in my mouth still, you know? You gotta brush your teeth, kids. Rule number 1, don't get gingivitis, or whatever mouth diseases there are. Brush your teeth. Anyway, he pops out with another Jade Insect Whistle, which is not cool. How long is this video gonna be? I don't know how long. I only have 4 replays, so we'll see how long this goes for. Anyway, talking more about Worlds, as I've said, I'm just really interested to see what's going on, and Parasite is the perfect way for me to tribute summon. Okay, you know what? I think I know what's taking so long here. I'm gonna turn off the voices. Maybe that'll make everything go quicker. I honestly don't know. Oh wait, yeah, no, I don't. For some reason, I didn't normal summon this turn. Honestly, I don't remember why. Because I think I could have just. Oh yeah, I want to pull off some crazy plays with Sacred Phoenix. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just trying to think about what it was exactly that I wanted to talk about Worlds, because there were so many things and I had an order to it, but I didn't write anything down because I'm dumb. I also don't edit these videos because, like, I'm lazy as hell. So what's the big deal? Big Shield Gardener popping up. Hate that card. Just because I always seem to lose to it. Although in this one, spoilers, don't lose to it. Yeah, just this is my rambling rant. I don't know. Other things I'd like to see in the future. Konami, if you're watching this, subscribe. If you're not watching this, I don't really expect you to watch this. Like, who are you to come out here and watch my thing? But I digress. I just mumble a lot when I have all the power in these videos. Super Rush Headlong, because that's cool, I guess. It also opens up the spot for my Phoenix. Worlds, getting back into it. Things I want to see, and more than just Worlds, just Konami in general. I am just really, really hopeful that we get some actually decent card drops coming up soon. So I want 2 things to happen. I want there to be more prevalent meta cards that can come out, something along the lines of things that change up the meta a little bit. I know people are talking a lot about extra decks. I'm really a big proponent of that. I want to see things more along the lines of the current status of the game, where we can get some of those other cool cards. You see people on the subreddit posting all the time like, oh, how would the meta change if we had this card, or oh, it'd be cool if we had this card. I want to see some like standard cards, like Mystical Space Typhoon. I know people talk about that a lot, but think about how much everything would change. There's so many weird ways to get around back row removal, but it's just because there's only 3 slots and everything. It's so hard to find ways to get around it without somehow impeding yourself or weighing down your deck. Things like Mystical Space Typhoon, that's no cost, done, good, 1 slot. Things like Kyron the Mage, that's something I was just talking about yesterday, or I saw someone talking about on Duel Links and I had a conversation, whatever. You gotta discard something to get rid of it. Tribute to the Doomed, you gotta discard to get rid of something. With Phoenix, you destroy all the cards on the field to do it. It's hard to find things in Duel Links to get rid of back row or monsters without any sort of like major cost. And also Weevil just 4 hits right there. So if there was like Mystical Space Typhoon or there was that Cosmic Cyclone, I know that one costs 1,000 life points, but you banish it. That I'm all about. I just want to see more cool cards like that. And even if they do end up like hurting the meta and stuff, there should be also not just along. So this is Yami Merrick, right back at you. It's a weird Ice Barriers deck. I don't even know what's going on in this one. There needs to be quicker metagame changes. So when they announced that they were limiting Restructure Revolution, it took them way too long to do that, and I think they needed to be a little bit quicker in the change-ups for that. So I think Konami needs to be, they need to get with it, and they need to get, I was going to say get swifty, they need to get swift with all this. They need to crack down on these sort of things a little bit quicker. Also, when I saw Moray of Greed, I was fully expecting this to be the normal right back at you deck with that Manta Ray thing. I don't know the card. And when it turned out to be Ice Bears, I was like, what in the motherfuck is this? But yeah, so this guy, he's going for his whole strategist of the Ice Barrier fucking, or what's this thing called? Magic Triangle, the Ice Barrier thing. Getting rid of my Econ. Probably should have said another one, but I wanted him to kill this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Getting back into it, because I'm just rambling at this point. Also, as everyone, you can talk to anyone in this game, will probably say, easier ways to get the cards. So I'll talk first about, well, there's 3 things I want to talk about. First of all, I think that there should be some way for you to trade in your gems or everything to get cards from the shop, rather than just gems. The way everything is right now, that's kind of dumb, I think. So I think either you need to give players more gems so that more people can play, and I know their whole thing on we want people to spend money. I know it's a business, obviously, but like, you give away 25 gems for people who have been here for like 200 days or whatever. Clearly not enough. And there can just be so, you can give out just like 10% more gems and I feel like people will be happier. You could give out like 5% more gems and people will be happier. Do you want all these complaints coming your way for the smallest amount of gems being withheld? I feel like they could do so much better than this. Konami, if you are listening, listen to that. So other alternatives, some of which I've heard people say, some of which I think would be cool. Also, right back at you, coming at it. If you text this, it's bad news because we could have just destroyed him as a special summon, but it's whatever. Anyway, you'll see where this shit goes. Big things. Oh, also, we do win this one because Goka is amazing. And shoutouts to Goka for being an amazing card. There needs to be some sort of system. Say you buy 50 cards from the pack, or you buy 100 cards from the pack. Or say once you get one of every card in the pack, it should just be that you can use some of your other gems, or not gems, but like coins and orbs and stuff, to buy other cards, or you can trade in other cards. So similarly to how the shop works, where it's like, oh, you trade in the gold, the orbs, and what else am I missing for that? Yeah, just golden orbs and stuff. You trade those in, and then you can buy the cards. I think Hearthstone does that. I don't play Hearthstone, but I've heard things like that, that's how it works. Shout out to this guy. This guy has some tech, which you'll see in here, which I was really happy to see. A card I like a lot, but was never really good. And is not good in this scenario anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, there needs to be some sort of other ways. That's just one idea. Another idea is just scrap the entire system of gems and just make it all shop-based. Also, maybe like implement the card trader into the shop so that people are having, or can find an easier way to get cards, because the whole reason that there's such a disparity between some of these free-to-play players and the people who spend a lot of money is because, I mean, they just have access to better cards, and that disparity, I think, creates an unfair advantage for a lot of these people. I mean, particularly for the people who can't afford to be a top tier player, but like have the skills to. And it's just a problem which I personally think is going to either bring Konami or bring Duel Links down, or if they address it, it's going to make it one of the, I think, in probably top tier games out there. This guy also makes a huge misplay by super rushing offensively when he really should have waited at least until the battle step if he was going to do this. When really he should have done defensively, because, I mean, that would have been so much better. I am a big proponent that Super Rush Headlong should be used defensively. I know I break this sometimes when I go offensive with it, but in this guy's case, he had nothing in his hand, and he has no back row other than that, so he really should just use it defensively. Autonomous Action Unit coming out, stealing my Sacred Phoenix from the graveyard, which is crazy, but we got the Karibo boys. Karibo showing why it's so good, and I'm so glad I picked up a second one. Like, I was so mad when I had to spend 100, I had to get through 180 packs to get my second one, but I need to get a third, but I don't ever want to go through that again. God, unless we get a bunch of gems. Anyway, so they needed to fix the shop. This whole video is going to be a rant. I probably should have said that at the beginning. They need to fix that. Another thing, roaming duelists, wandering duelists, whatever you want to call them, huge problem. Also, going to do something I never do, which is summon regular summon normal summon. That's what I was looking for. Sacred Phoenix, and I knew it was the Yomi ship down there because I am a smart man. I'm very smart. He's got nothing, so I think he forfeits here. Oh, no. He just turns complete. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? They need to get around that. Make it so everyone gets at least one copy of every card when there's a roaming duelist or something. It needs to be that. If you've done a certain number of duels versus them, you need to make it so that they can get it. Otherwise, the game is going to fail. Like, people, if you keep certain cards from people, no one's going to want to play the game anymore. And, like, I know Konami said that they're out here for the whales. They're out here for the people who are spending a ton of money. If you do that, you're going to lose so much money from your esports advantage. And here's what I see. If they are building an esports dome, which is what Decade said, if they're building some sort of building just for that, then they need to consider the players who are going to be entering into esports. You need to consider the players who are going to be wanting to watch this game, and if you are not going to support them and make it so other people can have these cards, you're going to have a very limited pool of people who are playing in the esports as well. So, is it going to be Timmy versus DK versus Pup every year forever? I hope not. I certainly hope to see some new faces out here next Worlds, or even in like the next 2 months I'd love to see some new people. But I feel like a lot of people out there are dissatisfied, and also they're just... Here, let me find a... There we go, I'll duel this guy. People are just kept away from wanting to play and wanting to get big, particularly because they have no access to the cards. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are stuck in Legend or Plat or whatever because there's certain meta cards out there that they don't have access to, whether it be they can't get them from roaming duelists, or they can't farm because they didn't get any union attacks, or they just don't have the gems to buy things like ninjas and stuff. Or yeah, but there are people who have the time out there to dedicate to it. Oh, gotta hit auto duel. There are people out there who have the time to dedicate to it, but if you're not catering to this audience, it's going to fail. And if you do not address these problems in a timely manner, I see the downfall of Duel Links within 6 to 8 months. That's my prediction. Maybe even quicker than that. I could be completely wrong. But I sincerely hope and pray that Konami steps it up. Kind of along the same ride where everything with... Sorry, I'm trying to organize my thoughts here. With the roaming duelists, the way that they are seemingly random for getting drops and card duelists, or cards and everything. If you eliminate that randomness from that, there is no reason why you shouldn't eliminate the randomness from the card trader. It shouldn't be random cards every day. I think this is my last idea, and I'm going to end the video here. It should be every card is always available from the card trader, but there should be a daily deal where it's like, oh, this card, normally this many coins, now it's this many. Or it's normally this many orbs, now it's this many. Or oh, say you beat a legendary duelist, you can get a discount. That would be another cool thing. So like a random drop from duelists, from legendary duelists, whether you're farming them or something, would be, rather than gems, it could be a discount, and you can use that discount token, or so it'll like, I don't know, have the price of a certain card from the card trader, something like that. Or if they do go along the system where they're making it so that you don't need gems anymore and you can trade up for cards in the shop, give that a discount. That would be just a fundamentally game-changing aspect that would make the game so much better, and it would lead to so many other improvements. So, sorry if you didn't like my rant. If you did like my rant, comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to get my point across. And if you have a similar point, you agree with me, want us to add some stuff, please comment down below. Last thing I want to say, please do not gripe at me or say I'm an idiot for my ideas or whatever, because that's not constructive. None of that's constructive. Just as we were talking about, or people have been talking about, the people at Konami do not listen to people just griping and crying and whining. So I think we need to take a page out of that book and only go with constructive criticisms from here. If you think maybe I should share this on the Duel Links subreddit, comment down below. I might just do that if people think it's a good idea, so that other people can hear this message. Anyway, this is the Jewish Giraffe signing off. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, as I said, like, share, subscribe, whatever, doesn't matter to me. Any other ideas? Yeah, comment down below. I'll see you guys next time.